Welcome back to the Foreign Report, your weekly foreign policy show that gives you all the gory details of geopolitics with hopefully some laughs along the way. I am Seena Ghaznavi, your foreign policy zaddy. That's what I am.
Ooh, that's a good name for you.
Forget the foreign policy curious host. I am your FP zaddy.
Nice. I like it. We need a zaddy in the
tired of
FP
this.
sphere. Absolutely. Manosphere, look out. Your new zaddy is here. New zaddy is here in the manosphere.
Like a champion.
When the
Listen,
news is terrible, we make it bearable.
Travis Irvine is here. Columbia Journalism School grad.
I got
We got the bona
multiple.
fides. I went to law school. Do you guys know that? I'm a lawyer. Did you guys know that?
He's a lawyer. Practicing.
I don't practice.
Practice makes
This is how I
perfect.
practice.
Oh, right. Then
I
you're,
talk to you.
you're already doing better than a lot of lawyers, man. I gotta say.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. You know, I am so tired of everything. There isn't a shred of good news.
Great.
There's not even
Yeah.
even the good news is bad news.
Right. Because the
You
bad news is only good news because sometimes it's funny.
Because you see people coming together, you're like, oh, people are talking. You're like, all we gotta do is communicate. And it's like, when they communicate, you're like, no, don't say that.
Right.
Don't do that.
Don't say that.
Why'd you say that?
Right, exactly, yes. It's bad news everywhere these days.
Trump, Putin, Zelensky, suits. You're at dinners. You forget everybody at the table. Then you go to Africa, Congo. Another genocide's happening there, too.
Right, of course. But let's take a nice visit to the White House gift shop.
Yeah.
Let's give all these Europeans what they came for, and that's red hats.
Look at the gift shop.
Look at the gift shop. Exit through the gift shop. We've all seen that documentary. Here's the thing. We are recording this episode on August 20th. It has been 7 months, Seena. 7 beautiful months, solid months, no complaints, nothing is wrong, nothing's on fire. You're on fire. You're the fire. 7 months, dude. Isn't that crazy?
Set me ablaze.
Whoa! For the audio listeners, I just set Seena on fire, but now he's fine.
This is so hard. I really thought we would be having intellectual discussions on the geopolitical influences of countries worldwide. And then no, it's he's showing people the gift shop.
Yeah.
Look at these hats.
And that's the thing. It's like you said, it's bad news, but it's good news because it's funny, but then it's also really sad and bad news. So it's like, that's the cycle of our brains.
Awful.
Yeah.
And then you got Gaza still stuff is happening. JD Vance constantly. By the way, you should write a book on JD Vance.
I might. It's called Hillbilly Elegy 2. Get this guy out of here.
Vance's Vacation.
Right. Oh, my God.
We're going to talk a little bit about that today. Again, the Trump-Putin Summit, if you want to call it that.
I don't even know that's a summit. Summit requires, I think, more than an hour of dialogue.
Yeah.
But
This
is more
something.
This meeting could have been an email.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? This could have been a Zoom.
Could have been a signal chat.
You rolled out the red carpet for what could have been a
Oh,
signal
my God.
chat.
Let's get into it. The Trump-Putin meeting in Alaska.
Man,
Where was Sarah Palin, by the way?
she's still looking at Russia from her house, and she's like, "They're coming here eventually."
Let's look at our president, because he is our president. Let's look at how he greeted there's no doubt that he's a war criminal, Putin. There's just,
Vladimir Putin. Yeah,
this is how he greeted him.
this is how our president Donald Trump greeted Russian president and war criminal Vladimir Putin.
Okay, he's standing on the red carpet.
He's clapping.
He's clapping.
Is he at an award show? Is this a Miss Teen Universe competition? He really looks like he's clapping for a bunch of
He's walking down.
young models coming in. Jeffrey Epstein's walking off the plane. No, it's Vladimir Putin. There they are. Hands outstretched. They shake hands.
So close.
And he doesn't do
Hand on
the other arm.
Other way up
and
high.
they talk. They share words. You gotta say, you can see how fat Trump is compared to Putin.
He is unhealthy.
They joke. They share a joke. They walk. And
Putin's got a weird gait too. I think there's
he's
something
old.
going on.
He's old too. Did you see the thing I sent you on Instagram where Putin's people bring a briefcase to collect Putin's poop so they don't leave his poop in foreign countries to potentially be harvested and researched by adversaries?
That was not a real Instagram.
I've sent you a bunch of Instagrams in the last week.
The avalanche of Instagrams have.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Lost. Around 3 a.m., I'm just doom scrolling.
Yeah.
And my algorithm's all Epstein.
Wow, I
Putin.
missed that one?
Yeah. But that's why, to your point, I think that's why he's walking that way. He's probably really got a dump. And then the briefcase people come out and they're like, Mr. Putin, please, dump in the briefcase. We cannot let the Americans have your poop. That's my Russian accent. Inspired by the film Dr. Strangelove.
These guys met, and do I have a screenshot of this too? Yeah, I do. Let me show you this.
And that was a red carpet they were walking on, by the way.
And now, who do you think put that red carpet out? Was it some sort of like production team? Maybe Travis?
Yeah, I think he hired the producers from the Grammys or the Emmys. Maybe the Tonys, and the Tonys people aren't really working right now.
Oh, no. It was military soldiers.
Oh, my God. Can you zoom in on this clip?
How do we zoom in?
Oh, yeah. Plus? No. All right, let's just watch. Okay, make it big.
Make it big. Look at that. Look at that.
God.
Look
These
at
are
those soldiers.
Service people, men and women.
And in classic American
on their
fashion,
knees.
it's just a bunch of suits watching the guys in fatigues.
Right. This symbolizes everything about American foreign policy right now. Our service members on their knees, nailing down or taping down on their knees, period. But also they're like taping down. What is this, like gaff tape or something? A red carpet in front of a giant Russian plane while men in suits, and it's only men in suits, look on in either approval or disapproval.
It is unbelievable. I've never in my life.
New era in America. America first.
Oh,
if this
God.
ain't America first, I don't know what is.
But just before America first, Russia.
Right. America worst? That's where we're at.
So that's how they rolled it out. And by the way, this was Putin put on a KGB clinic.
Yes.
It kind of reminded me of like an abusive relationship where like the victim is just
Lord.
like, no, he loves me.
Right.
And they're like, why is he mean to me?
Why is he
and then
mean?
he's nice to me.
Right.
And then this is what Trump did. Because remember a couple weeks ago we were saying, Trump was saying, I think Putin's insane.
Nice. He's
insane.
nice, but he's meaningless.
Yeah. Nice but meaningless.
Right.
And so I think he's a little,
So now he's trying to be like, he's actually nice. He actually really does like me.
He does like me.
Right.
So.
Because I know we're going to get into all of this, but he was also heard on a hot mic. Trump was heard on a hot mic.
I'll play that in a little bit.
Like, he's got a special deal for me.
Stick around for the hot mic.
I think this stripper really likes me. That's where we're at, man.
Have you ever been that guy?
No, never. I'm not allowed in the strip club. You know that. I go there for the buffet.
But Putin told Trump that he should have won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Oh, flattery right out of the gate. God, he's so good.
Said that he would have never invaded Ukraine if Trump
was president.
Oh, my God. Like, folks, again,
The
I want you to tell all your buddies that said there was a Russia collusion thing.
Yeah.
There never was. All you got to do is this.
Just flatter the guy.
That's it. Again. Just flatter this very weak, insecure, old, cankled man.
Yeah. All the bad things that happened wouldn't have happened if you were in charge.
The other thing, though, is that...
Have you lost weight, Mr. President?
Well, you're looking very svelte as you walk zigzag down the red carpet.
I don't see any bruises on your hands. The American media is treating you very unfairly.
Yeah, unbelievable. The summit or meeting that they had was supposed to go all day. There was supposed to be a lunch after. There was supposed to be all the stuff after. It lasted like a couple hours.
What?
And then Trump immediately went back to D.C., got on the phone with Zelensky.
Okay.
And then like a bunch of European leaders had to enter the chat as well.
Whoa, get them on the Signal chat.
Because on that call, Trump basically says, no ceasefire.
No ceasefire.
I'm sure he phrased it as great news.
Right.
Great news.
I've got an incredible deal. We're giving Vladimir everything. Who are you again?
Great news. No ceasefire, but we're going to go to a peace deal, which means something. What does that mean? They don't know. Of course, the Europeans are like, what? WTF? What is happening?
Right.
And so Travis, why don't you do the quote from
Hold on,
Trump?
Trump's
on
actually
social-
calling in. He's calling into the show right now.
Oh, he's calling. Hello, President Trump. What did you say about the meeting there? What's going to happen?
It was determined by all the best way to end the horrific war between Russia and Ukraine is to go directly to a peace agreement and not a mere ceasefire agreement. Ew, gross. That's my own take.
You went, Kermit at the end there.
That's what Trump does, though. You've heard his
Yeah.
He's got soft voice.
Soft voice.
And then he's got loud voice. And then he's got low like Melania. When I'm talking about Melania, we love Melania, don't we, folks?
So the question is, like, did Trump's team cut the meeting short because Trump was
realized-
about to be like, whatever you want?
Right. Oh, interesting.
Or do you think Trump was like, oh, that's a great idea. Well, who needs a ceasefire? We should just go to a peace deal. You don't know because the man has the attention span of a gnat.
Right.
And so, you never know how this went.
Well, and also is very secretive, which I think it will be highlighted by the eventual meeting coming later with Zelensky and the European leaders, which is like in front of all the cameras. And then the only camera at the Putin meeting was the red carpet one. Like all we had was Joan Rivers on the red carpet, and then we saw none of the awards show.
And it should be noted that when a bunch of European leaders rushed to D.C., as what happened on Monday, earlier this week, that's never a good sign. National security scholar Tom Nichols said, if half of Europe's leaders are rushing to Washington on short notice, something went very wrong in Alaska.
Man.
So here's the thing,
Story
though.
of our lives. What went wrong in Alaska? Get Europe over there.
I'm sure. So what was definitely happening is, one, Zelensky and the Euro leaders were talking before. They knew that Trump and Putin were going to meet, and they probably were on, a conference call or a Zoom all together, a signal chat all together, saying, what is this idiot going to give Putin?
Right.
And then once it happened, they were like, yep, he did it.
He did it.
So they all rushed to D.C., which is such a pain. I could just imagine
all the flights.
The Italian prime minister just like cursing out people and just changing her lunch plans.
Macron just like, I cannot, excusez-moi, I need to get to DC immediately. Immediately. Maintenant!
But the problem is that Putin has been banking on NATO kind of breaking up and dividing itself.
Right.
That the U.S. being very hard on NATO and going inward would inherently create friction within NATO. But the opposite has happened. Why? Because NATO countries have all increased their defense spending, gave Trump what they wanted, and the president of NATO has actually done the same thing that Putin's been doing, and he's just said all these nice things about Trump. He's called them daddy.
There you go. Right. The best foreign policy is flattery.
And so Europe is now very unified. What's actually incredible is that Trump and Putin have made Europe more unified and stronger than ever before. And European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen declared in Brussels, quote, borders cannot be changed by force. She urged that Ukraine become a, quote, steel porcupine indigestible for invaders.
Ooh, that is the porcupine's best defense, is its giant porcupine?
Steel porcupine.
It's giant spikes. I mean, because you can't eat it. Porcupines aren't no good to eat.
That sounds like a football team for the Steelers or for the Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
The Steel Porcupines.
Yeah.
Steel City Porcupines. I like that.
Porcupines are tough.
French President Emmanuel Macron was very blunt. He said, if we show weakness today in front of Russia, we are laying the ground for future conflict.
Sacre bleu.
Now, I think there's an open question that I've been thinking about is, because this war has taken so long, there was a presumption that, hey, if Ukraine falls or if there's a land grab and like the eastern part of the Donbass region goes to Russia, is that going to allow Putin then to go after other countries and other parts of Russia? And that's a question I'd put to the audience to see what you guys think. But I think there's a part of me that says, okay, this war was way longer and way worse for Russia and Putin than he anticipated.
Sure.
If there's a peace deal, does he I don't think he immediately goes after more countries or expanding Russia.
Right. Take his winnings and go home.
Maybe this Ukraine thing is all he wanted to do as part of his legacy. Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
But it's a thought that I had, and maybe this is something that the administration officials are saying. And the problem
give him what he wants now so he goes away forever.
And you know what that's called? Appeasement.
Oh,
and
an appeasement agreement. That's what we said it would be.
I'm not a big history nerd, but I do remember reading about appeasement.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of appeasement in Europe that did not go well.
That did not go well. I'm no historian.
No, you're a lawyer. It's even better.
So, yeah, this whole delegation came to Europe on Monday. Macron, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz, Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni.
How about Italian?
UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Finnish President Alexander Stubb. I'm not going to do this anymore. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte.
Even the Finnish came?
And the Finnish, they're the newbies.
Wow, that's right. So
yeah, because they're also on the border.
The Finnish are not finished.
They all joined Zelensky. Zelensky's in a black suit.
Hell yeah.
Looking dapper.
Sharp.
JD off his fresh 8th vacation.
Raising all the rivers.
He's been in office 7 months. He's been on 8 vacations.
Oh, God, I've had it with
You
this
need
guy.
to write a book about each vacation.
I've had it with this guy.
I think this is the new TFR book, JD's Vacations.
Right. It'll be a coffee table book. It's just all pictures and then me making up captions like, here's JD looking dumb.
Trump did this whole thing. He parroted more Putin talking points in the Oval Office meeting with Zelensky.
Wow. And this is when, again, okay, just to frame it up.
Yeah.
And I know everyone already knows this, but Putin meeting was red carpet intro, cameras everywhere, shake hands, go behind closed doors, no cameras. This meeting with everyone else in Europe and Zelensky is no red carpet, behind closed doors, nothing but cameras.
Yes. And let's see here. Then there was a lunch.
And he just threw Big Macs at them?
And there was a lunch. And
they flew in the leftovers from Alaska?
So President Stubb is at the table. He's at the table with 8 people, 8 leaders of countries.
Mm-hmm. And President Stubb is not a nickname for Trump that you just made up. It's
No.
an actual guy. He's the president of Finland.
Maybe it's Stub.
Stub.
I
With a
wonder if
Finnish.
it's pronounced Stub.
With a Finnish.
Any Finnish listeners, please let us know.
What is the Finnish accent?
I was just going to do the Muppet, the chef.
But he's Swedish, chef.
You know, I guess that makes me racist. I guess that.
Finnish chef
I don't know.
is always just getting done with dinner.
Listen,
See what I did
I've
there?
got to balance every other ethnicity and race on this show. The Swedes, the Finns, you get nothing.
All right. Totally fair. Right. My Norwegian accent is just a Minnesotan accent, so that's all we got.
I'll still do the chef. Okay, let's look at this. Trump was at the table, and he's doing his lunch, and he's got cards in front of him.
Oh, boy.
Okay, and by the way,
like solitaire?
this is not only bad talent.
Because we
as
know
Trump,
this man's playing solitaire quite often.
He's got
on
cards
his phone.
with people's names on them and what he's supposed to say.
Okay.
And Trump, bad talent, also bad producing, because they didn't tell him apparently where people were sitting.
Oh, boy.
Look, watch this.
President Stubb of Finland, and he's somebody that, where are we here? We're
Looking around. Oh, right in front of me.
you look better than I've ever seen you look.
You've never
But
seen him.
you've done a great job, and we wanted to have you here.
Wow.
So,
When there's more than one president for him to meet with, that's when he really is just like, where is he? Which one? You're not Putin. What about you, lady? Are you Putin? I'm so confused.
and then at the like this little cocktail hour or whatever it was, he's talking to Macron afterwards. And here is
the
the
clip.
hot mic that you may have seen.
And I may have alluded to it earlier. I love a hot mic.
That sounded weird when you said it like that. It sounded weird.
You want me to moan more when I
Yeah,
say it?
I think that was why.
I love a hot mic.
Okay.
Magic mic. That's who I'm thinking of.
So you probably, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but I'll read what he says as,
want me to
as
read it in
goes
Trump
here.
voice?
Yeah.
I think he wants to make a deal. I think he wants to make a deal for me. You understand? As crazy as it sounds.
Whoa. Okay, so basically he says to Macron, he's talking about Putin, I think he wants to make a deal. I think he wants to make a deal for me. Do you understand that? As crazy as it sounds, because I'm crazy.
As crazy as it sounds. Think about how insane you have to be.
Trump level insane.
To think that Vladimir Putin wants to do you a solid by ending a war that Putin is saying is like connected to the very soul of Russia's existence. That's great.
It's crazy. It's a
great.
little crazy.
I'm exhausted. So where are we now, Travis?
Yeah, where are we now? Because all of this does tie together to, again, the fact that Trump is just getting slobbed down by Putin.
Yeah. Yes.
Hot Mike.
Hot slob.
Magic Mike.
I love a hot
I love
slob,
that movie,
Mike.
Magic Mike, where the strippers are actually in love with him. Did you know that?
Sanctions. Where are we now? Sanctions are off the table. That was the thing. The best case scenario.
Sanctions for Russia.
Yes.
Off the table.
Well, the thing
On the table, cold lunch.
foreign policy experts, when they were talking about the Trump-Putin meeting, they were saying, we hope that Trump is able to use the sanctions as leverage against Putin at this meeting. And the exact opposite
happened. No leverage, no sanctions.
Opposite. So, ceasefire off the table. Peace deal, whatever that means. That's like talking about land swaps.
It's going to be land swap.
What kind of swap is it? I don't know. Upside down pineapple soft swap? Who knows? I don't know.
Right.
But we'll find out. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has said just today, European nations have made no substantive offers for peace. Meanwhile, the U.S. Secretary of State lifted the threat of sanctions on Russia, arguing that they would hinder diplomatic efforts. So that's today, Wednesday, August 20th.
Right.
That's where we're at. I'm sure
Everything will change by Friday.
Oh, and I forgot to even mention this.
Uh-huh.
After the meeting on Monday, Putin launches the largest drone attack, the largest attack
Oh, no.
in months on Ukraine.
That's bad news.
So no, don't sanction him. Don't do anything like
So
that.
now that he's basically gotten everything he wanted from a 1-hour meeting trip to Alaska, he was like, oh, I'll just do whatever I want. And that means killing more people in Ukraine.
I
that
understand people have different ways of doing things.
Sure. Yeah. You're a lawyer. You know these things.
This is insane.
That's insane.
I just don't know.
Because that is where, to put a cherry on top of this disgusting milkshake,
Yeah.
that is where we're at. I mean, not just the sanctions are off the table, ceasefire. Putin's also just doing more military stuff in Ukraine. More military action, as they say.
We need to take a commercial break.
Yeah, for our own sanity. And I'm going to chug another Celsius.
Don't, God.
Ah!
Shaking the table. Anyways, Seena Ghaznavi, your FP Zaddy.
Yeah,
Travis
Zaddy.
Travis Irvine. We'll see you right after the break. Welcome back to the Foreign Report. I'm Seena Ghaznavi, Travis Irvine. We just talked about the Alaska summit, everything that happened afterwards in D.C. with Trump and Putin. And then there was a lot that was going on there. We've got some other news stories that I think we should cover and just flag for people that were interesting to us. And then this first one, though, I want to mention, but I don't want to talk about it. Okay?
You don't want to talk about it.
Well, but here's the thing, though. Okay.
We're going to talk about it.
Well, an Israeli official returned home after being charged with soliciting a minor.
Okay.
Okay?
Whoa. Hold on. That's a crazy headline.
Yes. So
He returned home?
he got arrested in Vegas for soliciting a minor, and then
I guess what happens in Vegas flies back to Israel.
he got... But let me just say, I need a pedo break. I can't do it.
Yeah, right?
I need a break.
For a foreign policy show, we somehow
too
talk a
much.
lot about pedophiles.
It's too much.
Some reason, but they're in the news. What are we supposed to do?
You go ruin your Google search results and your algorithm.
I know.
I'm done.
Yo, my algorithm is so messed.
It's a mess.
It's Michael Wolff talking about Epstein, and then everything I'm just sending to Seena. I'm like, what do we do?
Mine's a bunch of ADHD clips.
Oh, good. Wait, how does that even work?
What do you mean? They're all like, if you have ADHD,
then you watch a different one.
And then I'm like,
if you have HDD, and then you watch a different
swiping,
one. And then you swipe.
But in non-pedo news,
Oh, okay.
but in war crime news, things are getting worse in Gaza. The ceasefire deal proposed by Qatari and Egyptian mediators that included a prisoner and a hostage exchange has been accepted by Hamas. That seems like great news.
It is nice, I guess.
Isn't that great news?
In theory. I'm going to say in theory, that's great news.
Netanyahu has not responded yet to the proposal, and then let me tell you something.
He's not reading his emails?
No, he's not.
He's not answering his phone?
He left that proposal on read. And they are going to still invade Gaza City, it seems, and they're doing preparations for it. Smotrich and Ben-Gvir have outright rejected the ceasefire deal, but the deal that's on the table was very similar to a July proposal that called for the release of 10 living hostages and the bodies of 18 others over a 60-day ceasefire at the time. Trump said that Israel had actually okayed those terms.
And that was in July.
I mean, it might as well have been a lifetime ago.
Sure.
The families of the hostages issued a statement saying, quote, approving plans to occupy Gaza while there is a deal on the table for Netanyahu's approval is the essence of torpedoing it.
Wow.
And a stab to the heart of families and the public in Israel.
Whoa.
So
big words.
I think we know
strong words.
What they are going to do. What
Netanyahu?
the Israelis, what the Israelis are going to do. And they're going to completely ignore this proposal and invade Gaza City. At the same time, Israel is trying to convince South Sudan to accept Gazan refugees. Good thing there's not a genocide happening in Sudan.
Oh no, you about to give me more bad news? I can't.
They call it the Club Med of Africa.
Oh no. This is brutal. Man.
So, I mean, I'm sure they'll have no issue with the voluntary movement of Gazans to
South Sudan?
South Sudan.
Whoa.
First of all, just the proposal itself of moving all of these folks, these Gazans, to another country is to cleanse an ethnicity from an area, otherwise known as ethnic cleansing.
This is very Trail of Tears-ish, except somehow even worse. There was no genocide happening in Oklahoma when they moved the Cherokee from Florida.
I don't know. My brain's...
I know, man. Hold on. We're trucking through. We got it. When the news is terrible, we talk about it.
We talk about it? Yeah,
I can't rhyme anymore. My brain's also rhyming part of the brain done.
I don't know what is going to happen next with that other than more violence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on, though. I can't talk about Gaza anymore.
You don't want to talk anymore about the pedophile who worked for the Israeli government and got flown home?
I don't know if he worked for the Israeli government, but the U.S. State Department did say...
He's an official.
Yeah, but they... Oh, yeah, right. He's an official.
Yeah.
But the U.S. State Department did say that we had nothing to do with it. That the U.S. State Department had nothing to do with him getting out of the country.
On a plane,
which is impossible, by the way,
home.
because when a pedophile is arrested, when you get arrested for something like that, there's an automatic, travel advisory that kind of goes out to make sure that you don't leave the country.
Man, I mean, between Jeffrey Epstein and
then
this
to get
guy,
out, you'd have to have State Department approval to get out.
Right.
Again, maybe I'm wrong. Someone point out if that's you could just leave the country after you get arrested for soliciting a minor.
You're the lawyer.
Why are we talking about the pedo again?
Right, exactly.
How did we get here?
Because I brought it back up. Because
God.
I'm just seeing two very different types of treatment here, specifically from U.S. officials, in the way Israel officials, and then these poor Gazans. It's heartbreaking and then also mind-boggling all at the same time.
Well, let me take you to the romantic comedy that's happening in Africa.
Right, because they're saying move Gazan refugees to South Sudan. That takes us to Africa. What else could possibly be going wrong in the beautiful continent of Africa?
One of the things that Trump said in the Oval Office Zelensky meeting was that he stopped 6 wars.
I stopped 6 wars. There was a war in my belly. I dumped it out. There was a war in my house, and I said, Melania, go somewhere else.
But
that's 2 wars right there that I ended.
Boom, boom.
By taking a dump and firing my wife.
One of the wars that he said he stopped was between Rwanda and the Congo, and the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Are you talking about Was this like an old war that he's talking about?
No, they were beefing. There was like
There's
fighting, and there was a peace deal. But guess what? That peace deal's completely gone.
I'm starting to think it's bad news for peace deals out here.
And we're going to do a bigger episode on this. This is actually a really complicated conflict that's happening there. Long story short, remember the Rwandan genocide? You probably don't.
From the 90s.
From the 90s, the Tutsis were getting murdered by the Hutus.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, a bunch of Hutus, I think it was about 2 million, left Rwanda to go to Congo.
Wow.
M23 is a Rwandan-backed rebel group that is now killing a bunch of Hutus.
Yikes. In Congo.
Yes.
Okay. So the violence basically picked up from one place and moved to a different place.
The Rwandan government, which denies supporting M23, is complete bull,
Oh, okay.
has accused the Hutus who fled the Congo of participating in the genocide that happened back in the day, and the Congolese government who supports another rebel group. And then on top of all this, there's another group that's backed by ISIS
What?
that's killed at least 50 people in eastern Congo.
Whoa.
Guys, this is too much.
So you're saying...
I've confused everybody, I'm sure.
No. Well, first of all, let me just start over and say violence in Congo is not the movie Congo, where the gorillas are killing
Amy, good gorilla.
killing Tim Curry
Yes.
and other poorly accented characters.
Yes.
Okay. This is very complicated, but I understand what you're saying. It's almost like, hear me out, a genocide that happens in one place never goes away after decades and decades because there's
Yes.
still people who are very upset about
why I love
said
you.
genocide.
That's why I love you.
And so now that has moved from Rwanda into
This
the
is
Congo.
exactly the point we've made on this show, is that violence begets more violence.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
seem
that
to solve
this genocide happened 30 years ago, and there's another one happening right now.
Right.
The UN calls it, quote, one of the most protracted, complex, and serious humanitarian crises on Earth.
much. Yeesh.
Amnesty
And that's-
International's regional director, having a real tough
Real
couple months,
tough.
called out the leaders of Rwanda and Congo, saying, quote, they cannot continue shunning responsibility. They must hold all perpetrators accountable.
Man, what the F?
Man, when you say-
How do you even do that?
When you are the regional director, you think you're just, a couple
Answering some
places,
calls,
some
getting
emails.
some emails, gonna go speak to a group of students. Ooh.
Difficult.
And if the UN is calling it one of the most protracted, complex, and serious humanitarian crises on Earth, that's really saying something.
We're going to get a map out. I think I need visual aids for this because
Ooh, we
even
should start
just
having
trying to
maps.
read about it for this show,
Right.
I was like, wait a minute, this, that, and then you got to go back in
Right.
time and you got to remember, and then you got to see, and then ISIS is involved. and then
That's
you're like,
bonkers. I thought we defeated ISIS. I
No,
thought ISIS
buddy.
was defeated.
You can't
That was
kill-
another war I actually solved.
Can't kill an idea.
I've melted all the ice. I've turned ISIS into ice, and now they're just fighting our own people in America. Isn't that fun? I've solved so many wars.
Sponsored by Celsius. Anyways,
Yeah.
guys,
That's brutal, man.
yeah.
God, I wish it was just the movie Congo with Tim Curry getting his heart ripped out by that
Amy,
gorilla.
good gorilla.
See, I'm glad you remember. I saw that movie in 6th grade.
We have a big running joke on Fraudsters where Justin and I do that because
Oh.
Ariel's never seen
Congo? We should have a group outing where we rent a theater and have them put Congo on
It's
it.
so funny.
It's so bad.
It's the funniest movie.
It might be so bad it's good.
It's so good.
Which is like the opposite of the news right now.
Yeah. God, I'm sure the good people of Congo love that we're bringing up that movie.
I'm sorry. It's the only my brain.
This is
is
how we make it
broken
bearable.
Yes, this is.
This is what we laugh in the darkness, folks. I don't know how else to deal with it. I hope you understand that. The 6 people that, listen and watch the show.
Yes. And we appreciate your listenership and
We
your
do.
viewership.
We love it. Thank you.
And the
Thank
comments.
you.
Yeah.
God, the comments, most of the comments, I like the mean ones too.
I didn't know there were mean ones. I don't read those. I think somebody deletes
I don't read
them.
any of them.
Oh, okay, good. I think someone deletes them before you get there.
Who could possibly do something like that? Let's take a quick break.
Amy Good Gorilla. She's a good gorilla, and I really just wish everyone in the Congo Oof. I mean, we'll keep our eyes on it.
Yeah,
This is the important thing.
we're gonna do a little breakdown of this in the future. There's a few of these stories. I want to try to get an expert on it. I don't want to be your only source for this. And Travis,
We're not experts.
you
I
know what
worked
mean?
in Nigeria for 4 months, but man, that is a completely different country in Africa.
Yeah. I'm sure the good people of Congo love that you did that.
I was teaching film.
To the
editing.
Nigerians?
Yeah, they've got the third.
Are you responsible for the entertainment industry booming in Nigeria?
No, that was thanks to the good people who invented VHS. I was teaching them how to edit footage so they don't just shoot all their movies like a play. But Nollywood is the third largest film industry in the world.
God, I love it. All right, guys. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, it's time to make it bearable with the JD Vance Corner. I'm Seena Ghaznavi, your FP Zaddy.
I love it. I'm loving it already. FP Zaddy. FPZ.
Man, this is a fun report. I'm beat. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Foreign Report. I'm Seena Ghaznavi, your FP Zaddy. This is Travis Irvine.
I need a cool nickname now.
Yeah. Biceps?
Yeah.
Seps?
Seps. You're Colombia Seps. TSA won't let me bring these on the plane.
It's time for my favorite part of the show.
Give him a chance. He's JD Vance. No, wait, he sucks.
Corner.
I love the new theme song.
Someone needs to make us an actual theme song.
We'll just plug it into AI and it'll be fine.
I'm sure everyone's going to love that.
So here's the thing. I want to talk about JD because we talked about JD for 7 months now.
Yeah.
And he, a little flashback, right? Is let's kind of put things in perspective. Let's find a piece of good news. The last time Zelensky went to visit the White House, JD Vance would not shut his yapper.
Yeah.
And now, I would say, again, just a piece of good news. JD Vance in this new meeting with Zelensky, and Zelensky wore a suit. There's all kinds of things that are different. Let's play this clip that I pulled from the good people at First Post America. It's got a nice British announcer, and I thought they kind of put it together very well in a nice little package. I want to play this, and then we will talk about the ramifications, JD's role. There's a lot of things to be said with the difference between the Zelensky meeting a long time ago, a few months ago, which feels like a long time ago now, and the most recent Zelensky meeting at the White House.
While the world's cameras were glued to Donald Trump, Volodymyr Zelensky, and their high-drama diplomacy crew in Washington, one man was conspicuously silent. US Vice President JD Vance. At the big summit on August 18th, Vance's only visible contribution was a handshake with Zelensky and a polite exchange that could have been mistaken for two neighbors bumping into each other at the grocery store. If you blinked, you missed it. But guess what? Social media was delighted.
Woo!
The internet collectively applauded Vance's greatest diplomatic achievement yet, keeping his mouth shut.
That's what I'm talking about.
This contrast couldn't be sharper. Back in this year, when Zelensky last visited Washington, Vance wasn't just present. He was the loudest man in the room. In fact, he publicly scolded Zelensky for not saying thank you enough for US aid. The White House later even posted a photo of Vance jabbing his finger towards the Ukrainian leader, captioned with his now infamous line, "Have you said thank you once?"
Woo.
Wow.
There you go. So the world.
Thank
and
God.
This is where the internet saves us. Again, with this JD Vance character is, I mean, don't forget that Zelensky meeting. Have you said thank you once? That led to all the fat JD Vance memes.
Yes.
The blowing up of the face. The have you said thank you once? Everyone loved it, right? And so the internet took that and turned it into making fun of JD Vance. And then this time, because JD Vance kept his big fat yapper shut, the internet has also taken note and said, this is his best foreign policy achievement yet.
And that's what we want from our vice president.
Yeah, shut up. It's like Dick Cheney when started wars. Al Gore invented the internet. Kamala, do
Was
not
like,
come.
I'm here. I'm ready to jump in.
Do not come. Do not come.
Yeah.
And Joe Biden was always like, this is a big fucking deal to Obama. JD's role is to shut up and sit there. And it's I think what has happened is either the internet has put the man in his place, or you gotta think, again, a piece of bright news, bright lining, silver lining. maybe someone in the Trump administration was finally like, JD, don't say anything.
Yeah, or maybe Donald Trump himself was just like,
JD, why don't you go to Greenland or something?
Just shut
don't
up.
you have a Greenland to go to?
hey, why don't you just shut the fuck up?
Why don't you just shut your yapper? And that's, I think, again, some good news in terms of JD. And there was actually another piece of good news that I sent you, which was fun because this is a puff piece on JD Vance from the good people
I
at
did read this one.
Cleveland.com. And what I love is your reaction because
What did I say?
well, this is the thing about JD, and we're going to get to it in some fun interviews that we have coming up here in the next few weeks. We got the Good Liars coming up. We got John Fugelsang. And the thing that scares all of the political comedy people in the world right now about JD is he is like normal.
Yeah.
And that he's a dad.
Yeah.
He cooks, according to Cleveland.com and the Katie Miller podcast that
That's
he went
right.
on. He cooks. He makes breakfast for his kids, just like you, Seena. I know, right? Isn't this wacky?
And he bakes.
He bakes.
I bake.
You bake. And that was your reaction. It's like, oh, I hate this because I bake too. JD Vance is unfortunately the more likable part of the MAGA movement. And he's even saying that like his kids, he's got 3 kids. Sometimes like they have little temper tantrums, right? In public and things like that. And his wife is like the gentle parent, but he'll be the one who's like got to drag the 3-year-old into the bathroom like, will you calm down right now? Will you calm down? And this is the thing. It's like Vance is like kind of normal.
I think, does he use mascarpone instead of cream cheese for his cheesecake? Did I read that correctly?
That is, yes, 100% what he
so
says.
Infuriating.
He said,
infuriating,
I
'cause was
think
like,
it's
that's
a
pretty
little
good idea. That's a pretty good idea.
We've spent 7 months making fun of this dumb insert fun word there. And now he's like giving us baking tips. Like, he says the mascarpone makes it a little bit less tangy.
I hope this shows everyone I'm open to all ideas.
We're open. We're open to new ideas and fun baking tips, even if it's from pseudo-fascists. The kids really like it, said JD. It's something for us to do together. And again, when you have a crazy job, he's got a crazy job just like you. Sometimes you just kind of want to zone out and like do something that feels comfortable and familiar. And for me, a lot of times it's baking with the kids.
I can't tell you how exactly the sentiment, it's what I feel.
Right.
I do that with my kids. Oh! Wow!
And just when you think the internet's the only people to troll JD for being one of the worst vice presidents, this is fun too. His own kids will mockingly call him Mr. Vice President around the house. And he was like, he told them that maybe just call me that to be polite or whatever. And he said, totally didn't work. And he added that sometimes they will use the title mockingly when others are around in front of people, especially if they're about to misbehave, where they're just like, sorry, Mr. Vice President, throws dump at the wall.
I hope they do that.
Yeah. So anyway, that's some likable, I don't know, brighter side news, I guess, is what I have on JD.
Hey, that made everything we did today bearable.
We always try at the end to bring some type of levity to this entire mess. And again, this will highlight, and these are conversations we're going to have with our political comedian friends in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
And that is
I'm excited about
JD likable to make the MAGA movement in 2028 to carry that torch? Or does the man just not have the juice?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I see his vulnerability here as either a weakness or a strength, and I don't know yet. And that's what's terrifying about JD. And we'll get to those conversations with the Good Liars and John Fugelsang over the next few weeks. But I just want to say, JD's just like us. Use mascarpone instead of cream cheese.
Sign up for our newsletter, everybody. Send us an email, theforeignreportlpn@gmail.com.
Do you like seeing his new nickname for himself? Is he the FP Zaddy? FPZ, Foreign Policy Zaddy. The manosphere loves Zaddy, Seena. And this is why I'm so excited that you've invented this new nickname for yourself. And that's what I'm going to refer to you as from now on.
FPZ. All right, guys. I'm Seena Ghaznavi, your foreign policy zaddy. That's
And
Travis
I'm the
Irvine.
Columbia Seps. TSA won't let me bring these guns on the plane. How did I ever get into that school and graduate? I'll never know.
We'll be back next week with the Good Liars.
So pumped.
I'm so excited for that interview.
They make the terrible bearable.
Real American heroes. Look up the Good Liars. If you don't know who they are, they go to a lot of Trump rallies and they talk to Trump supporters, and they are the footage you see.
Yes, they are documenting what is happening and been doing it for like 10 years,
Yeah.
which is bonkers. So very excited to have them on.
As always, we appreciate all the support. Please share the show with your friends. Rate us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Only say nice things.
Please. He's your zaddy. You listen to your zaddy.
I don't read the comments. Do I? We'll see you next time.